Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good morning, Divas. My name is Candace Gish, and I am the host of Divas That Care Network. I am just so excited that each and every one of you has tuned in today. We have a great show for you today. I have an amazing woman that's going to be talking about something that I found absolutely fascinating, and I really wanted her to share it with all of you today. Her name is Shanda Golden, and she's going to be sharing a lot of great things today. This woman has a lot of dimensions. She is just a go-getter. She's an entrepreneur. She really lives life to the fullest. And we're going to be talking with her today. For any of you that has just tuned in today, our show, what we do is that we interview amazing women around the world. We are interviewing people that are making a difference, and our hashtag out there is Divas That Care. So make sure that when you see that, you check out the people that we're talking about. So welcome to our show, Shanda, and I'm very excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh, my goodness, girl.
This
is going to be a great show. Oh, well, you know what? I would love you to spend a couple of minutes. Can you share a little bit about yourself before we dive into our topic is today?
Okay, well, I live in Reno, Nevada by way of the Big Island, Kona. I was there for about 7 years, but I was born in Los Angeles and raised in Orange County. I have two beautiful daughters. Ileana de la Vilma and Natalie Kalakaini'i. Both my daughters are my world. They're just amazing, powerful, strong young women. And I'm happily married. My husband owns a guitar and a gun shop out here in Reno. He's been in business for like 40-something years, I think 41 years, before I was born. And we have 3 dogs. And we love music, and life is beautiful.
It sounds like that, and I love that, and empowering women out there. And I always tell people that I have my show started because of my 4 amazing, I always call them my divas, and they're my inspiration for everything that I do. So I love it. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about this amazing thing that you are doing. It's called, so anybody out there that has seen this is the amazing woman that has started it. It's hashtag Golden Tampon. So let's dive into that because I think this show it's going to be amazing.
Well, Golden Tampon my dogs are starting to bark. Hold on. Golden Tampon started in 2017. I was what it is, Golden Tampon, let's just start with that is. Golden Tampon is a tampon drive that I created to help the homeless women in our community because they go without feminine hygiene products. And what I know is that they're using, paper towels, toilet paper, sponges, newspaper. And that's very degrading because all of us women have had that moment where we went, oops, I don't have a tampon. So if you can imagine when you're living on the street, how that is. I've also found as I've done Golden Tampon, I've discovered that these women, because a lot of them, most of them are traumatized, and they live in this perpetual mental state of fear and schizophrenia and everything else that's going on with them. They forget that they have those items inside their bodies. And then they're having to go to emergency room, and they're having to have, the doctors remove that, remove whether it be sponges or socks or anything else because they honestly forget. And it's horrific, the stories that I'm discovering out there on the streets. I mean, a lot of women don't want tampons because what we tend to forget is that they are females and they're out on the streets and they're highly vulnerable, and so they're being sexually abused out there. So they don't want tampons. They don't want anything inside their vaginas. They would rather just have pads. It's just horrible. It's really bad.
And it's something that people don't talk about, isn't it?
Well, I find that people, in our community in Reno, it's incredibly giving. Like, we have drives all the time, like the rodeo, the Reno rodeo, which is big in our community. The rodeo is huge. And so what they do is they'll do like this, I think it's called sneakers and jeans or something, where they all dress up in formal wear, but they wear sneakers, and then they donate all kinds of money and denim jackets. There's all kinds of, we also have sock drives. I have a girlfriend, and she headed up Evan's Warm Feet. And so she does that, and that's amazing. And just on and on, like our community is the best with that. But nobody, I just think it's one of those things that people just never thought of. And it's not like kind of like, it's nothing like that. I just think they didn't know, but now that they know, they can never unknow. And so now that people are aware of it, at first you get kind of the giggles, that nervous giggle. You get especially from men. They'll, because, men don't want to think about that. And then I just remind them, well, your mother was a woman. And then, of course, they open their pockets they open their wallets real quick.
Yeah.
The donations start flowing. But I just think that it really comes down to women working together, like in our community, and becoming aware and making other people aware. And because we're females and because we menstruate, we all understand, like, oh, my God, yes, I know. And everyone can go, oh, my God, I remember that one time that, I didn't have a tampon or whatever. And so it's just bringing the awareness and people helping one another, which they do,
Yes. I just love that. It really grabbed my attention when I had the opportunity to hear your story, and I saw the amazing video that you did. And I want to talk about that, too, because I think that in itself was a huge awareness thing. And what we're doing, for any of our listeners, we're going to be posting that. I did post it on our social media, but after the show, I'm going to be posting it again because it's that video that really hits home. So can you spend a couple of minutes just talking about that?
Well, our youngest daughter, Natalie, is a professional actor. So she has access to all these amazing cinematographers. So Stephen Coley, who is a local boy here, I gave him kind of carte blanche. I told him what I was doing, and so this really is that's his amazing work. But the video itself, it was important for me to get down there because I am the face of it. So it was important for me to get down there and kind of just say that this is what's going on. They're putting socks in their vaginas. And people just go, they don't want to hear it. But, in the world of social media now where nobody has any attention, the attention span of a gnat, right? So we purposely kept it down to less than a minute. And because Stephen is such an amazing filmmaker, he was able to put all of that in that short amount of time. And it does hold a lot of punch. I mean, people see that and they just go, wow, that's amazing. But, and so we did it down at the shelter so people could see where the women actually live or they stay there. And the homelessness problem, I don't know what it's like in Canada, but in America, it's shameful. It's absolutely shameful what's going on. And I don't understand not to get too political, but the politicians worrying about this, worrying about that, when in their own communities, in their own states, they have a homeless problem. Here in Nevada, because especially Washoe County, Reno, where I live, and the outer counties, Clark is really far where Vegas is. That's a whole other animal. But here, we really work together as a community to help our brothers and sisters in transition. Volunteers of America is a great organization. I'm so blessed that when I pitched that idea to them, they were like, yes, because they have a Reno Works program that gets our brothers and sisters back into the workforce, back working again. And,
I love that.
We have a brand new campus that is going to be built. I mean, we really are all about trying to get them back on their feet again. And so I'm just, I can't rave enough about Reno. I just think it's a great community. We've got all kinds of great people in power that put the focus back on the people, and the people and the business owners from the big corporations, like the big casinos and all of that, they're so giving. I'm telling you, it's great. And we get kind of a bad, people go, like when I first moved here from Kona, people were like, oh, Reno, like it's white trash. And it's nothing like that. It's nothing. It's a really great place to live.
Oh, I love it. And
you know what? So that's important.
Well, and I love that. And what you're sharing with all of our listeners today, that, I know that all of our listeners are all over the world. And listening to you and what you're doing within your community, this is an idea that they can take to their communities. And I love how you call it the compassion caring. The compassion cure. I just think that this is such a great movement that you're getting out there. And as you were saying, you can't unhear it now. You people were going to know it. And now it's like, okay, you see it, you hear it. It's like, okay, now what are you going to do about it?
Right. And, again, like within our community, there's so many people that whether their thing is like Evan's Warm Feet or anything else, they want to belong to something. And I'm finding that a lot of women want to participate and help with Golden Tampon, which is wonderful because it's been, for the last 2 years, it was just little old me. So now I've got these beautiful sister friends. I created this little Facebook group, and everyone's coming up with these great ideas on how we can all work together and help, and they all know somebody, and it's just been really wonderful. And but I feel like I truly believe that every single person wants to help. They just got to find their groove. Like, you're not going to get a lot of men that are going to understand this and kind of want to do it, though they do. I got to tell you, and it's a shout out to the Reno and NorCal music scene. They donated so much. Unbelievable. But this is just another great way that we can all give back within our communities. And it's important to me that it stay grassroots. I don't make any money from this. It's just God kind of gave this to me, so it's my story. Like my pastor Dan said, we all have a God story. So this is my story. And this is what I do to give back not only to my community, but to show my Heavenly Father my deep, deep love and how much being in His grace means to me.
I love your story. I think this is a very strong story. And it's a story that our listeners are going to grab onto, and they're going to be like, you know what, look what she's done. Look what I can do too. And it's all about the inspiration of what one person can do, and it's that effect. And I just love that. And I know what you're doing is impacting so many others. And as you were saying, look, you started just doing it by yourself, and now look at all the people that are now involved.
Well, everybody understands. More as we get the word out more about how these women need this help and how it does help restore their dignity, they want to get on board with it. The biggest thing for me, though, Candace, is yes, the feminine hygiene products are very important, but it's kind of changing the way we look at our homeless sisters.
Yes. Because
we all have homeless people in our community. So the compassion cure really is about looking at them in a different light. Instead of just kind of looking at them as part of, what I see every day, or here's that lady, that homeless lady here. Now you say, oh, that's that lady, because there's something about the fact that she does need a tampon or a pad. But then I hope that people can look past and say, how did she get there? Let me tell you something.
Exactly.
So I was down at Volunteers in America with my youngest daughter. And we were down there, and this woman came up to me, and she started yelling at me and screaming at me and putting the middle finger in my face and da-da-da. And she was saying the most horrific things to me, and then she would say, and my daughter was killed, and my daughter was killed. And my youngest daughter, when we left, the security came and everything, and my youngest daughter said, oh, my God, Mom, weren't you scared? I mean, she was right in your face telling you F you. And I said, no, Bug, because I could sense she wasn't going to hurt me, right? I knew she wasn't going to. There's that beautiful thing that God comes to you and He tells you, and I knew she wasn't going to hurt me. But I said to my daughter, I said, but did you hear her? Her daughter was killed. So we don't. Certainly these, let's just talk about the ladies, the women. They don't go to school like that. We never went to school with people that were like, completely like, screaming and stuff. There's something gradual that happened to them. And I don't know what happened to this woman, but it sounds like her daughter was killed. And there but for the grace of God go I, because we don't know where our breaking point is. We don't. We've all had I shared with you my story. I had a horrific childhood, but it didn't break me to the point where I'm living under a bridge. But that doesn't mean that her pain is more or less than mine. We don't know why they're down there. One day, maybe more will be revealed. But in the meantime, I heard her daughter was killed. And rather than she have to go and scrounge in the trash can looking for something to, for like a tampon or a pad, she knows now that she can go to VOA and get a tampon or pad because they're available to her. That's one less thing that she needs to stress about because, God bless her daughter was killed. She told me that. And that's across the board with all of our homeless. Something happened
to them.
Mm-hmm. And so
everybody has a story.
Everybody has a story. And so my hope is that when people look at the homeless brothers and sisters in their community, they have more compassionate eyes and not look at them as like, oh, look at them, they're lazy and don't be so righteous. Help where you can.
You know what? Thank you so much for sharing that because I think it's really important. Show respect, and I love the kindness and. It's women helping women. It's not just the women, but we look at the men too. But having that respect that you're saying, and the compassion, and I really love that story.
Well, that's the woman that was yelling at me. She's a mother. Her daughter's killed, but that doesn't take away the fact that she's still a mother. And I'm a mother. I don't know if you're a mother, but your listeners are probably mothers. We all have mothers. And so we need to really look at them as the people that they are and that something happened to them. There was a great documentary on Netflix called Queen Mimi. Zach Galifianakis produced it because he knew her. And it's the story of a woman who lived in a laundromat, and I think it was in Santa Monica, California. But you see Queen Mimi, you see Mimi and all that she goes through and how people kind of gravitate towards her and they like her. And then they showed her backstory, how she became homeless. And that's what people need to really remember is they didn't come into the world like this. Something happened to them that triggered them and they snapped. Or they were mentally ill to begin with and they snapped. Or the drugs took a hold of them and they snapped. Because a lot of people, your listeners too, they drink and maybe, when they were younger, partaked in party favors, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't snap them to the point that they're living under a bridge. You see what I'm saying? So we just kind of have to, really look at them with softer eyes and give them the grace that they deserve. And this is one way we can do it is with tampons and pads. One less thing they have to worry about because they're already out there trying to figure out how to eat, where to sleep. And with women, I hate to say this, they have to worry about not being raped that night. It's bad news out on the streets. It's not people. Some people think, oh, they're lazy. Man, they're not that lazy. I dare anybody to try to sleep on the streets. It's not easy. I'll tell you that. I know firsthand. It ain't easy. Because I told you I was a homeless teen. So I get it.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? I want to ask you something, too. You have your Facebook page. Can anybody join your Facebook group there?
Yeah, the Beautiful Sister Friend, absolutely. So that one is open. I think it's open. I'm fairly new to that, so you'll have to forgive me. But Golden Tampon is open. I'm also on Instagram with that. So you can go there. You can friend me on Facebook. It's me. It's a picture of me, and I've got some banners, Shanda Golden. There's also another Facebook, because I'm also a professional pinup model, and I have a Facebook page dedicated just to my portfolio and that. But that one I kind of let go on the vine a little bit because with Instagram opening up, I'm kind of there. I'm more there because that's a visual piece. But it's Shanda Golden. There's a couple Shanda Goldens. There's one young lady in Georgia. That's not me. I'm in Reno. But if you could go and like the Golden Tampon page, that would be huge because as we start asking, like Playtex and Tampax and all the big companies, they want to see numbers. They do. And we still haven't got that huge donation yet, but that's coming. We'll get it. I don't blame corporations. They want to see that I'm real and that I'm not, this isn't some fly-by-night flunky thing for me, but this truly is this is my life's passion. It really is.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that the Divas That Care want to be a part of this with you, and we want to have our tribe be a part of this. So I would love to share this with all of the people in my group, and we'd love you to join our group, the Changemakers Cafe, and be a part of that and share your story on there with all of our tribe. You've got such an amazing story. I really, really love the passion that you have in your voice and in your life here. I love what you're doing. I respect that you want to show kindness in the world, in your community, but with that, it has that trickling effect, and it's going to go to so many other communities and so many other places around the world. And I want to take this moment to thank you so much for what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me on your show and recognizing that this is something that we can all do together. This really is.
Yes.
This is a group effort. This is, this doesn't transcend, this is just all people helping other people, period. No pun intended.
Period.
Period.
I love it.
Yeah.
So last question for you. Do you have any last-minute tips, tools, anything that you would love to share with our listeners today?
Tips or tools? Yeah, I would say you'd have a better life if you, found a higher power or a God of your understanding. And just be kind to each other. All glory to God. God is good. God is good. God is great. So, yeah, all glory to him.
Wow. Thank you so much for being my amazing guest today. You were a fantastic. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the message that you have and that you're sharing with the world today. And I hope you will come back on our program again in the future.
Well, I'd like to come on after the drive and tell you about how much we collected. Because now that
would
the
be
Divas That Care know, you guys can go to my website, make a donation. It's super easy. You can make a monetary donation, and that money will go directly to Volunteers of America because, again, I'm not a 501c3. Or you can send tampons through Amazon and just order on Amazon and have it sent to Bazaar Guitar in Reno, Nevada, because that's where we do it. But check out my website check out my website page, www.Golden Tampon. It'll have all the different events that we've done, and at the end of the drive, the end of May, because I run the big drive during May, and at the end of May we do a guitar giveaway at Bazaar Guitar where we put up a bunch of the tampons for the big voila moment. We have this legendary DJ here locally by the name of Max Volume, and he comes and he MCs, and it's just fun. It's a good time. And then I also give away the Golden Tampon Award for whoever has donated the most, and literally it's a golden tampon that Sparks Trophy makes for me. And, we try to keep it kind of light and fun. Yeah, because it's a heavy, it's heavy. But if we can make it a little light and stuff, then people feel better. Because it's kind of hard. It's heavy stuff. People get uncomfortable. So I just try to make it silly.
Well, you know what? It looks like a lot of fun, and I hope that some of our listeners are able to come to your event. We're going to be posting about this on our Changemakers and our other social media pages that we have going on out there. And you know what? You definitely have to check out this amazing website. I just love it. I love what you're doing out there, and we are going to be a part of it and share as much as we can. So thank you so much for being my amazing guest today.
Thank you, Candace, and thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you. And thank you to all of our listeners. You know what? It's because of you that we're going into our 9th season on the show. We thank you so much for being a part of our journey and our movement, the Divas That Care. And what I'm going to be doing is, as I said, posting about our show. And if you've just tuned in for the first time, all of our shows are recorded, and you can go and look up our previous shows at divasthatcare.com, and you can check out all those amazing women and share their stories too. Well, I hope that each and every one of you had an amazing time listening today, and I hope that you have a great day. And as we were talking about on our show, make sure you do something kind for somebody else. So take care, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye for now.